Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PwnTV. Today I'm actually going to make a very quick video showing you guys a little bit about the October 2018 version update. Now you might notice that I have a pretty cool lock style, right? Well, that's the thing, you guys. This scythe is a new item that was just added to the game. You can buy one for 500 login points in any of the starting cities with the what is it, the Greeter Moogle. You can buy one of these guys, and if you buy two of them, you can use the synergy furnaces, the synergy crucibles, to synthesize them or synergize them into one high-quality version of Lost Sickle, which is Lost Sickle +1. And when you do that, it gets additional effect death. Let me tell you a little bit about why I like this Lost Sickle, other than its looks. Now, that is a fantastic lock style, you guys. But let's compare it to another All Jobs level 1 scythe. Okay, so let's look at this All Jobs level 1 scythe. Yes, this one has a costume effect. That's fantastic for town. I'm not going to disagree. I think that this is a pretty cool lock style. Pretty fantastic scythe for town. Has an enchantment effect where you can turn into an Archangel TT. But the problem with it is, functionally speaking, it has 999 delay. It simply has 999 delay, so when you actually take it out to Abyssy and you try to give yourself, you try to get some weapon skill procs with like Nightmare Scythe and Shadow of Death, I think it's Shadow of Death actually. So you try to spam the Shadow of Deaths to actually proc these Abyssy bosses. Well, you're using a scythe that has a 999 delay. Well, not anymore, guys. Not anymore. Now with this update, we actually have a scythe that doesn't have 999 delay that all jobs can equip. Not only that, it has the additional effect death, which means that when you're farming anything other than a boss, anything that's not impossible to gauge, you actually have a chance of just instantly killing that monster. So another item that actually has that effect is Odium. It has additional effect death on it, and it's about a 1% proc rate. You see the additional effect death proc on only monsters that are not impossible to gauge. So now we have two different forms of additional effect death, except for one is on a level 1 item and one is on a 119 item. Well, that's interesting, to say the least. I got this item because I like collecting all of the costume scythes, all of the costume weapons, excuse me, that they have for level 1 all jobs that you can get with login points. What they seem to be doing is making one for every type of weapon that you have in the game. Like, for instance, there is a Zanmato +1, which I got a couple months ago. This is a great katana for all jobs, and you can clearly see it doesn't have delay 999 like most of your level 1 great katanas would have, and it also has an additional effect when you make a high quality version of it. So this is what that great katana looks like. See if I can zoom in a little bit here to show you. So it's a pretty cool looking great katana, but it's kind of basic if you ask me. If you ask me, that's kind of a basic look, but it was a login point reward you got during the fall, and it does have like a very autumny feel to it, if you ask me, so I feel like it fits. But definitely for Halloween, for the month of Halloween, giving us this Lost Sickle +1 and having it look like this, that's awesome. That is some fan service, you guys. I really like this weapon. I think this weapon was very well designed, and I like the stats on it. I like everything about it. Definitely everything about it. I'm not ever going to be using the arc sickle, arc scythe, whatever anymore, simply because the delay is just too high. It's double what the delay is on this item, so I can just use this to do all the content that I need to do. Not a problem, and I can get the shit done twice as fast. Hell yeah, and I'll look awesome while I do it. Alright, so anyway, that's basically why I wanted to make this video, to show a little bit about the version update, particularly the login points. There's a lot of return trusts you can buy with login points right now. What else is there that you could get? Mostly just like the regular shit that they do every month, but they have like a lot of trusts, ciphers that you can get, and they have this scythe, so definitely check that out. One other thing that I noticed about the version update that obviously just went live today. One thing that I noticed is what they did to the Sinister Reign battle content. So let me tell you about Sinister Reign. So Sinister Reign is this battle content where you have 3 different floors, and each floor has one of 3 different bosses on it. So you have random 9 different bosses. You get 3 different bosses throughout the raid. but they could be any number of a combination of 9 different bosses, okay? So what they allowed you to do now is set what boss you fight on each floor. So if you know that each boss has its own loot that it drops. You know that you need specific loot from specific bosses, and you don't even want to see any of these other bosses spawn. Well, now you can actually do that. You can actually set it up to run through the Sinister Reign battlefield content and actually select the bosses that you need to fight to get the content done. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought that was really cool. It's definitely something that has been highly requested for a long time, and we finally got that. I don't really understand why they waited so long to do it. I guess nobody was doing Sinister Reign, and they decided this is a way to kind of perk it back up. Also, one other thing that they did with this update is they gave us the ability to go straight to the Vagary bosses. So all of the Vagary bosses, Rancibus, Patraxia, Paluritus, all of these different ones, Pluton, and what's the other one? Perfidion. There you go. That's all 5. So all of those guys, you can go straight to them now. You don't have to actually grind to get to them. So there's this new way of actually farming Vagary. I haven't tried it yet, but the way I understand it is you just simply fight the boss when you zone in, and it gives you kind of the same reward. So I don't know what the pros and cons are to doing it that way. I think, again, that's just another way to kind of spruce that content up and kind of repackage it into a more interesting content that's gonna just draw a lot of attention, and that's great. But I'm looking for something new, honestly. Hopefully by January we get new content to go alongside of our ambuscades and our omens and our dynamis divergence. Hopefully we get new content, you guys, that allow us to do the Empyrean armor upgrades to +3. I'm really curious what that content's gonna be, but it would be interesting to see if it took place in Selbina, since everyone camps out in Mora all the time because of ambuscade. Maybe they could do something like that in Selbina. I can't think of another place where I would put that content. I know that they put Omen inside of Rizenjima, and that was completely taking everybody by surprise. We all expected Omen to be like in Selbina. We also expected Dynamis Divergence to be more Selbina content because Mora has always had Ambuscade, but Selbina has had Jack. So I'm really curious if they're going to give Selbina anything with the January version update. Coming into the new year, that would be exciting to see something hit Selbina. Maybe we get some people camping out there for a change. Anyway, I don't have much else to talk about the version update. I just kind of wanted to show off this really cool scythe. You guys should play the game if you're not already playing, and if you are playing, go ahead and unlock this with your Greeter Moogle in any of your starting cities and get this scythe. This scythe is great. It's definitely a weapon that you would use in Abyssy to proc for scythe weapon skills, and it's definitely a cool looking lock style, so definitely get it, you guys. Awesome scythe. They really outdid themselves with this patch, and I'm looking forward to seeing better patches in November, December, and moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Peace out.